because I know what I can do.
Left wondering, are we going to get a rematch with this? Which I wouldn't hate, but I don't know if there's like a big demand for.
Mike Tyson offered advice to Devon Tank Davis, urging him to reconsider a rematch with Lamont Roach. While Tyson acknowledged Davis' strength as a fighter, he also emphasized that Roach is a tough and challenging opponent. When asked whether he and Davis were similar,
I think Devontae Davis is probably the greatest fighter around now, but he's got a tough fight coming up. You know, he's the top dog, there's no doubt about it. He's
similar, Tyson jokingly remarked that the only thing they might have in common is their legal troubles. He dismissed comparisons between them, stating that their fighting styles and career paths are entirely different. His response highlights his belief that every fighter carves out their own unique journey in the sport. Jonah Davis has also addressed comparisons to Tyson. While he respects Tyson's legacy,
a lot of people say he reminds you of them. Does he remind you of yourself?
I don't know.
Thank you.
I don't know, maybe just getting in trouble with the law. Other than that, no.
Legendary power and skills, Davis confidently asserted that he has the whole package, meaning he brings more versatility and all-around ability to the ring beyond just knockout power. His statement reflects his strong belief in his overall skill set. Following his controversial draw with Lamont Roach, Davis made it clear that he is eager for a rematch.
I don't really be trying. I like to hit the face.
What was Mike Tyson?
He was a brawler.
Brawl means more than one person. So he knocked people out real quick. You knock people out real quick.
Yeah, but I can knock you out like.
So you saying that you can knock him out faster than Mike Tyson, probably, if it was a challenge?
Mike Tyson got power and skills. I feel as though like I have like.
He believes another fight would give him the opportunity to showcase his true abilities, suggesting that the first bout didn't fully reflect his potential. His determination to face Roach again underscores his commitment to proving himself in the lightweight division. However, some critics question whether Davis will actually go through with the rematch. They argue that he has a history of avoiding the toughest fights.
Didn't get what the decision I want, but we didn't get a loss either, so I felt like I won it, the last couple rounds, so it's cool. Lamont is a great fighter. Hopefully I can get that rematch because I know what I can do in a fight, but it's cool.
Okay, questions?
Okay. To the fact that he never had a rematch with Ryan Garcia. This has led to speculation about whether Davis is willing to risk his record and reputation against a dangerous opponent like Roach. Devon Davis shared his candid opinion, stating that Mike Tyson could harm his legacy by participating in exhibition fights with internet celebrities like Jake Paul. Despite this, Tyson has spoken highly of Davis.
Never see that fight happen again. It just will not happen. Gervonta Tank Davis doesn't like hard fights. It's that simple. We've seen it over and over. He fought a Ryan Garcia drained. He fought a very inexperienced Rolly Romero. He will not fight Devin Haney. He will not fight Shakur. He will not fight Pitbull Cruz again. He will not fight Lamont Roach again. He will not fight Teofimo. He will not fight Inoue. He will not fight those guys. That's just not who Tank
Davis, praising his talent and potential. He believes that with the right choices and consistent hard work, Davis could become a boxing legend. However, Tyson...
Following the Tyson fight, tell us, exactly why expound on that.
I wouldn't even want to fight him. Who told Mike Tyson to fight anyway?
Do you think that it might have tarnished Mike's legacy in a way?
They definitely did.
Done. Let's talk about what's next for you. Hypothetically, if you are retiring, what's next for you? Are you going to be doing entrepreneurial stuff, training? Where can we see Tank in the next 3 to 5?
Yeah, I'd probably be more building my real estate portfolio and just trying to separate myself from the limelight. You feel like it's harder to find a fight that you wanted years ago, now that you guys are avoiding you now?
Bro, I don't even think about that stuff like that.
What good skills?
Me and fighters, y'all fail to realize, me and fighters are different. We way different. I don't look at it, I don't care about belts and I don't care about this stuff. I don't care about none of that. Yeah, I worry about getting my money.
Tyson also warned that Davis must be careful about his decisions both inside and outside the ring. This advice reflects Tyson's recognition of Davis' potential while also acknowledging the risks that could hinder his success. The fight between Lamont Roach and Jonah Davis was unlike Davis' usual bouts, where he often wins by knockout. This time, Roach showcased impressive skill and resilience, lasting all 12 rounds and forcing the controversy.
I don't really be trying. I like to hit the face.
What was Mike Tyson?
He was a brawler.
Brawl means more than one person. So he knocked people out real quick. You knock people out real quick.
Yeah, but I can knock you out like.
So you saying that you can knock him out faster than Mike Tyson, probably?
Mike Tyson got power and skills. I feel as though like I have like the whole.
To a draw. The result highlighted Roach's strength as a fighter and raised questions about Davis' ability to dominate top-level opponents. Another top lightweight boxer, Devin Haney, weighed in on the Roach versus Davis fight. Haney stated that he always knew Roach was skilled and personally felt Roach deserved to win. His comments add to the ongoing debate over the fight's outcome and further.
Was Lamont Roach robbed in this fight? What do y'all think? We're seeing a lot of the comments. People seem to think he was. He did outland Tank Davis. But was it by enough to get that decision? What do you think? Here's one of the punches he threw at Tank Davis right here. You can see the effect. Tank Davis did not look like normal Tank Davis tonight. You could see Lamont applying the pressure all night, especially around that 6th round area where you usually see Tank Davis take off. I'll tell you what, it's one of the first fights I've paid for that we got our money's worth. What an ending, you know. So a majority draw was the decision, but what do y'all think, guys? Do you think Lamont got cheated out of this decision, or do you think the right call was a draw? It was a wild night. And then the knee, right? The knee was bizarre. Why did Gervonta Davis take a knee? That was strange to me. It came out of nowhere. He said it had something to do with something in his hair or whatnot. That was weird. Lamont thinks he won the fight. I think we're definitely going to get a rematch, but I want to ask the people out there, what do you think? Was Lamont robbed tonight? Let me know in the comments.
Further validate Roach's standing among elite fighters in the division. The controversy surrounding the Davis versus Roach fight, with its disputed decision and unexpected draw, has sparked widespread calls for a rematch. Fans, analysts, and fellow fighters all want to see a second fight to determine the clear winner. The uncertainty has laid
thoughts on the Gervonta Tank Davis situation. What was your assessment on his fight against Lamont Roach, and what are your thoughts on the knockdown that wasn't called in round 9?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a good fight overall. Lamont, I always knew Lamont was, you know, he wasn't coming to lay down. I've been knowing Lamont since we was kids, so we came up in amateurs together. So I knew Lamont was serious. He was coming in there to fight, but he did a lot better than I thought he would, and I thought he won the fight personally. Yeah, the no knockdown, that was like unheard of. It was the first time I've ever seen it with my own 2 eyes, and
this potential rematch one of the most highly anticipated bouts in boxing right now. Meanwhile, boxing analyst Lou Thomas has suggested that Gervonta Davis might be considering retirement after completing the final 3 fights in his contract. If true, this raises doubts about whether a rematch with Lamont Roach will ever happen, leaving fans wondering if they will get the closure they seek from a second fight.
Yo, fight fans, did you catch that Gervonta Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach bout? Talk about controversy. The judges called it a draw. But let's be real, a lot of people think Roach got robbed. Both fighters brought their A game, showing off some serious skills in the ring. Roach was on fire, landing clean shots and outworking Tank in several rounds. But Tank had his moments too, showcasing that explosive power we all know. But Tank going on one knee or being wobbled didn't swing it toward Roach. I don't know about that, but either way, now everyone's buzzing about an upcoming rematch. I mean, who wouldn't want to see these two go at it again? What's your take? Did Roach deserve the W, or was the draw fair? Drop your thoughts below and let's break down this fight.
Many people doubt whether Gervonta Davis will actually go through with a rematch against Lamont Roach, especially since other big money fights are available to him. Critics argue that Davis needs to prove himself by facing stronger opponents. Adding to the controversy, Davis claimed that hair gel affected
no call out. He doesn't do it. Now we're left wondering, are we going to get a rematch with this? Which I wouldn't hate, but I don't know if there's like a big demand for it. Tank has said prior to this night that like all of this is, you know, he's got 3 fights left. This would have been one of them, so that would have been at least what, or I was sorry, 2 more essentially this year if he can squeeze them in. He said it was supposed to be against Tank and Shakur Stevenson. Where are we with that now? What does this do to that? I genuinely don't know how to answer that question. I really don't. I don't know what PBC is going to. Dude, PBC has had a bit of a rough run of it. I want to be very clear. I'm not trying to pile on their difficulties, but like they lost Canelo or whatever the fuck Canelo's doing. Then they still have Gervonta. He's still a big star. I'm sure this sold well. And again, it sold well at the gate. So that's still great. But they're hoping to like build off of this. They didn't get it. They were trying to get something going with Tim Tszyu. That bottomed out last year. They wanted to get Errol Spence going.
His performance during the fight. However, his hairstylist later contradicted this, stating that his hair had been done the day before the fight, casting doubt on his excuse. George Kambosos did not hold back when discussing Davis' recent fight against Roach. He praised Roach's impressive skill and toughness, noting that very few fighters have managed to shock Tank the way Roach did. Despite the controversy, Davis now seems more determined than ever.
Talk about it. We gotta talk about it. So, Tank officially came out and says that he wants to put this rematch as early as May. Now, if that were to happen, Lamont Roach gets a second time to prove himself. Now, in my personal opinion, his stock has already risen. He is already notable. The fact that he went toe-to-toe with Tank on the decision that ended in a draw. Whether he loses this second fight or not won't even matter. Because he's directly in line to go against the Keyshawn Davis, the Shakur Stevensons, and etc., the Devin Haney's, and etc. I can see him moving up and going against a Devin Haney or Ryan Garcia or somebody like that. So many people to fight. Lamont Roach has definitely proven himself. But let's talk about something else. And that is the hairstylist situation. In my humble opinion, I believe she should have been quiet. As a hairstylist, there was nothing for you to say. There was nothing for you to say. No fan in boxing was gonna look at that like, I don't want her to braid my hair. No one would have said that. But she hurt herself when she came out and publicly made multiple claims, got all these receipts that no one needed, no one asked for, saying, "Oh, this had no grease or oil in it." No one cares. No one cares. Nobody even believes it. Sometimes it's best to remain quiet. But you guys let me know in the comments. Should she have remained quiet, or should she have did what she did, what she spoke up? You let me.
Reports suggest that he has reconsidered retirement and is now focused on securing a rematch with Roach. Many fans and analysts have noticed a shift in his mindset, as he appears more eager to return to the ring and prove himself. His decision to pursue a rematch marks a major turning point in his career, signaling...
Make that fight on the weekend, what'd you make of the controversy in that one?
Look, I had just finished my recovery session, so I was pretty docile and relaxed, and then the fight, especially at the start of it, wasn't too thrilling and too action-packed, so I was starting to doze off a little bit, but I woke up a little bit more when obviously Lamont started giving him some work, and he looked good, man. I got to give respect to Lamont Roach. He proved a lot of guys wrong. I think he shocked Tank a lot with what he was able to bring, and again we saw the controversy with the knee. To me, that's a knockdown. You can't just take a knee and decide to, go to your corner and get your face wiped. So, if that's a 10-8 round, Lamont wins the fight. So it's unfortunate, but that's the fight game. Hopefully they'll do it again and he gets paid, what he's worth.
Have you ever seen anything like that in boxing before? A guy sort of just voluntarily.
We've seen Floyd take a knee and be put on the count. We've seen Miguel Cotto, take a knee, obviously into his corner, be put on the count.
His desire to reaffirm his dominance. However, before facing Roach again, Davis is reportedly planning to fight another opponent first. This decision has sparked mixed reactions. Some believe he wants to rebuild his confidence before taking on Roach again, while others see it as a way to delay what could be a very tough fight. After their fight, the tension between Tank Davis and Lamont Roach has not faded. The two fighters have continued their rivalry on social media, trading arguments over the
rematch, man. He's looking to probably get back in the ring with Roach by the end of May. And as far as that retirement stuff, looks like that's out the window as well.
Course of your plans for your future.
Yeah, it definitely changed my plans. It definitely changed my plans. I probably got like 4 more fights now. For sure.
But I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. As much as, we hate the fact that he had